Hey everyone, Joe Console Matison and Philadelphia Zoning, here today with your 3 Philadelphia area Airbnb top mistakes that folks make when they try to get into the Airbnb rental triage kind of market in Philadelphia. First, mistake number 1. People fail to understand that in order to get a limited lodging license, you need to have a property which is your primary residence. The property has to be a property that you can prove you reside at through documentation as your primary residence. The city requires a showing of some sort of identification that shows you're the primary occupant of the property and that you claim it as your primary residence in order for you to get a limited lodging permit. They've gotten stricter and stricter about this over the last year, and the takeaway is the city does not want to give limited lodging permits, which means renting your property for half a year or less on a short-term basis to anyone except for the primary resident. 2, second biggest mistake. Folks take their short-term rental licenses and occasionally will have folks who stay more than 30 days at a time. If you do that, you need a rental license as if you were renting your property on a year-by-year basis, just like a regular rental license. People don't get that, and they have longer-term, short-term rentals, and that's where they can get into trouble, because more than 30 days, no rental license, you're in a position where you're not acting properly under the Philadelphia Landlord Code. And finally, 3, the third mistake is if you are trying to do a kind of rental triage where you are the tenant of a property that is appropriate for an Airbnb. You have a lease which either does not mention your ability right to short-term rent the property, or it flat out prohibits it, either because the property itself, the whole building prohibits it, or because the landlord himself just doesn't want their tenant doing that. We've seen plenty of people sign those leases and still come to us and try to get the appropriate licenses to short-term rental, and it's just not doable. So, Joe Console with the top 3 Airbnb short-term rental mistakes that folks in the Philadelphia area are making as we see them. All right, thanks everyone.